The American Association of Critical Care Nurses suggests that flexible visitation improves patient satisfaction. Unrestricted visitation has improved patient and family-centered care. This is especially true for people in the intensive care unit. With patient and family-centered care interventions, the length of ICU stays decreases by 2.1 days. Despite the positive effects that flexible visitation has, 90% of ICUs have restrictions for visitors. This is similar across all hospital departments. Having thoughtful restrictions actually has benefits, which is why most hospitals implement some form of policies. Hi everyone, I'm Matt from eTactics, and today I'm going to share why it's important to have a hospital visitor policy in place. Before we get started though, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking the button below. While you're down there, hit that alert bell icon next to it as well, so when we post new helpful content, you get notified. While flexible visitation has its benefits, it isn't safe to have just anyone coming and going whenever they please. This poses safety risks for hospitals. Limiting the number of visitors and the visitation hours ensures that there aren't too many people who could get in the way of care. This is most necessary for emergency departments and the ICU, which typically allow fewer guests. If there are too many people, it disrupts the flow of providing treatment, especially in urgent situations. Keeping track of visitors also helps protect patient confidentiality. With a check-in policy, you can direct visitors to the correct room so they don't have to walk into the wrong one. It also helps your staff keep track of who has consent to know that patient health information. If you don't keep tabs on who's coming and going, it could result in a malicious person obtaining protected health information, or even worse, a visitor could tamper with someone's medication or treatment. Yes, there are health risks for patients with flexible visitation. In one scenario, a man visited his roommate in the hospital. He injected a syringe into a patient's IV, causing the patient to go into cardiac arrest. The patient was able to identify the suspect, but only after health workers resuscitated him. If the patient had died, it would have been much harder to identify the criminal, and because of this, it's good to have security policies in place. These could include requiring visitor check-ins and identification, and getting permission from the patient to allow a person in. Excess visitors also contribute to unintentional health risks. The more people that come into the hospital, the more chance of spreading illness. Visitors coming into the hospital could bring germs and pass them to vulnerable patients. All of this makes it difficult for someone to heal from their current ailment. There's also the risk that the visitors will take germs home since hospitals are full of sick people. This is why hospitals only allow so many visitors, advise against bringing gifts or food, and encourage washing hands before and after being in patient rooms. Finally, requirements of these policies contribute to better comfort. While having visitors can help people relax, it can also be overwhelming at times. Treatments are exhausting and sleep is so important for recovery. Without enough sleep, it's harder for patients to resist infections. Because of this, it's necessary to have visiting hours and quiet hours, and also limit how many visitors come at once. If visitors were consistently coming and going, patients would never get adequate rest. Allowing visitors in hospitals can have positive impacts on patient recovery. It's a way to make them more comfortable in a nerve-wracking environment, but having unrestricted access to see patients isn't safe, healthy, or practical. Instead, implementing visitor policies helps control the flow of traffic to prevent these issues. If you'd like to learn more about patient visitor policies and how to manage them, reach out to eTactics. And you already made this far into the video, so you might as well like it, share it, and comment below. Well, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to our YouTube channel.